Hello, welcome to episode 3 of Alabama Woodsman. Today I'd like to show you what I'm going to call my winter project. So for every season I like to have a project to accomplish something and to have something to work towards. My summer project was my first one, and it was to find a good napping stone that I can use to make good arrowheads, and which I have, and unfortunately I didn't find it until very recently, so it took quite a while, but it was definitely worth it. So today I'd like to show you my plans for my winter project and also what I've done so far. So here I've cleared out about 10 yards of forest, and you can see the scrap wood right there, and I'll use that for kindling or making walls, insulation. So what I'm doing is I'm going to clear out a big square, and it's going to come down to where I see this pile of pine needles here. That's the marker. So that's about 25-30 yards maybe. And then I'm going to clear out another, so we're going down a hill here, so I'm clearing, after when I get here I'm going to clear for about another 25 yards that way. You can see this is pretty dense, so it'll definitely be a all-season project. I'm going to go back up the hill, and it'll pretty much be a big square. And so with clearing this out, it's produced a lot of wood that I've been able to use to build a structure, a shelter. And I'm going to show you what it looks like here. So this is the shelter, and it is basically a teepee structure. I used 3 big saplings and used a tripod lash. They're probably about 10 years old or so, a couple inches thick. And what I've done, as you can see on the side, is I've stacked up other saplings here to help make a support structure, and then stacked pine needles and leaves on the sides to help insulate and keep it watertight and waterproof. You can see that's pretty thick. It's probably about a foot thick, and that'll definitely keep it waterproof, watertight. And see, this section here is thicker. This is how much I've done today. You can see as it settles, it gets thinner. So I have to let this settle before I go up to the next section and finish off that wall. I've done the same thing here, where I've started a wall here. And so you got to do this in stages, because if you stack it all in one day, or you have a settled section that's thinner, and the rest that's maybe 2 feet tall or so, and finish the whole wall, you run a danger of being able to have that fall outwards, all the new stuff. So you got to take it in stages. So this structure here, this is a really tight door. It's tighter than this. So it's about, I'm getting close to 6 feet. So this is probably about 8 feet tall. There's not a whole lot of room in here. This is more, like an experimental shelter to see how this process works, to figure it out for myself. And you can see on the inside that you have all these sticks and saplings that I've stacked to help support the weight of the pine needles. So the pine needles I use because there's a lot of them here, and also that they can get packed up really densely, which will make it very well insulated and watertight. And it's getting dark here, so I can't be filming for much longer. And this is some other saplings that I've cut in the clearing out process and used for other structures to build. And hoping to be able to have a place where I can store my stones, to be able to nap those, to store some wood for fires, to do some fire bending, store arrow shafts. So I'm going to be building a complex here to be able to support my outdoor adventures. So tune in next time, and I'll keep updating you on how the project's going. Alright, tune in again.